Kind of bathroom moments after every track. Just sing along, why not? CC Peniston, finally. It's Sunday night with Joe Aldred and Nikki Tapper here on BBC WM and BBC Coventry in Warwickshire, bringing you the stories that matter to the African and Caribbean community, and as you're hearing, playing you some great music as well. And Nikki's winning at the moment on...
Yeah, champion.
Rice and Peas.
Champion. Rice and Peas is in the lead.
I need you to, show your African, especially Nigerian kind of allegiance, like I am showing mine, right? By picking up that phone and giving us a call or texting us to show your preference for jollof rice versus rice and peas. So give us a call.
03453 009956. That's 03453 009956. You can even send a text to us. Start your text with the letters WM and send it to 81333, or you can even tweet us at BBC WM.
Now, moving on, a survey released last week by the Vegan Society has revealed that more than 500,000 Britons are now vegans. The dramatic rise in those sticking to the strict no meat, fish or dairy diet has gone up by 247% in a decade. Well, joining us now is vegan cook and TV presenter, author Suzanne Kirly-Sue. Hello, Suzanne.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
What a massive upsurge in vegan adherence.
It is. It's a massive one, yes. I was quite impressed. I knew the figures were high, but I didn't know to what extent.
Wow, 247% in a decade.
Yes.
Soon we can stop, growing cows and...
I don't think you can grow cows.
No, rearing them.
Thank you, Martin.
Rearing them. And all of that. Why do you think this is?
I think that veganism is on the rise because people are concerned about what they're eating, and what I feel, in my opinion, has kind of encouraged veganism is the horse meat scares, the BSC, and all these different diseases that are creeping into the meat that we have in this country. And people are concerned about their health.
So it's a kind of food security issue almost.
It is that, but also people are more aware of sustainability. So there's a film called Cowspiracy, which is quite an interesting film. Whether you're vegan or not, it's quite interesting to see the statistics. So, for example, the amount of water and energy and so forth it costs to rear a cow is hugely different to growing just some fruit and vegetables. So it shows that if you're not eating meat, therefore you don't need as many cows, we're using less energy. So in terms of sustainability, people are more aware of looking after the planet, and that as well is driving people towards veganism as well. And
is there any indication of who these people are? I mean, are they younger, older? Are they black, white?
Well, it's interesting you should say that, because earlier today I was at VegFest in Bristol, and I've been to different vegan festivals. And the very first one I went to a few years ago, my quest was to kind of look and see, what does a typical vegan look like? And the answer I have is there isn't really a typical vegan anymore. Back in the day, it was the stereotypical crystal-powered Birkenstock-wearing, tofu-eating, all of that sort of stuff.
I like that. I used to think they always had those dreadlocks that kind of look nutty and everything.
You could spot them, yes. But not now.
So sandals, and all of that. That's not true today. I mean, there are people who have that preference, but it's a very random cross-section. And it's all walks of life, or age groups, or backgrounds or socioeconomic groups. It's just everybody from everywhere. It's not one particular type at all, because there were thousands of people at Veg Fest today. And I looked around again and I thought there is no typical kind of, you couldn't, I mean, I have a PR background as well.
Yes.
And if you're trying to kind of categorize the kind of typical sort of person, no.
Okay.
I wouldn't say so.
So tell me, how long have you been a vegan?
In November this year, it will be 3 years.
Okay,
But
so
I
you're
was
a relative new starter then.
Yes, but I was a vegetarian for 20 plus years before.
Oh, right. So you've graduated one up.
Yes. Yes.
How did you start? What made you move from being a vegetarian to a vegan?
Well, to be honest, when I first, my original thoughts about veganism is it's too extreme. If you go into the supermarket...
Those are my thoughts, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought, to be honest. I thought if you're a vegan and you go into the supermarket, after you pass the water section, that's it. Come out the supermarket, there's nothing more for you to eat. So I just thought it was really extreme, and that, you know, there's no need for all that extraness to go to those lengths. But I started to read and, you know, come across different films. There's a number of films, one called Vegucated, The Truth About Milk, Forks Over Knives, there's Cowspiracy as well. And watching those films, it made me think. And then I was reading The China Study, which is a book about a study that was done over a 20-year period by a number of different scientists and doctors to find out why people in rural parts of China are so healthy. And the conclusion they all came to, because all these studies were done independently of each other, they all came to the same conclusion: it's what they eat.
Okay.
And the majority of what they eat is vegan.
And it's interesting listening to you, actually, Suzanne, because I'm reading some of the report that has been put together by the Vegan Society, and you rightly said there was an element of that horrible thing of you only saw water and then that was it. But according to the Vegan Life magazine director, Keith Cumber, and I quote here, you know, the public perception has changed, and you can walk into any supermarket and now greeted with a huge range of dairy-free milks and other vegan-friendly products. And
yes.
The other thing I wanted to point out, Jim, whether or not you've picked this up as well, that actually there's a lot more vegans that live in urban and suburban areas, which are apparently 88%, compared to actually in the rural areas. So interesting that you said the study in China said the opposite.
I think it's just what they happen to eat in those areas. The reason they chose rural China is because they're the same group of people who have lived there for hundreds of years. So it was kind of like an easy way to do if you like, a controlled experiment, because there wasn't any other people groups coming in and out. So it was also, you know, it was a better and more you know, controlled way to do the experiment to see what happens.
Just shifting from that, and we have to close in a minute, but we've been talking here on the show, Nikki and I, voting for jollof rice versus rice and peas. Where would that kind of conversation sit within a vegan's diet?
Well, rice and peas is vegan. Jollof rice can be vegan, but I do know that sometimes it's not.
Okay, well, and the next question is, which do you prefer?
Rice and peas.
Lord of mercy, come off the radio station.
Yes, that's it. Thank you, Suzanne.
My country of origin is Jamaica, so I can't see
all right, Suzanne, I'll let you off. So is mine too. Now, listen, we've got to end. It's lovely to hear from you, and it's lovely too to hear that, you know, for health reasons and other reasons, that folks are moving in this direction, which sounds healthier. I will take a lot more convincing, though. Where can we find your books?
I'm on Amazon. I'm known in the vegan world as Kirly-Sue. Kirly spelled Kirly, Kirly-Sue. My website is Kirly-Sue's Kitchen.
And it's S-U-E for Sue, Kirly-Sue.
Yeah, Kirly-Sue's Kitchen. I'm on Amazon, and I also have my own range of raw organic virgin coconut oil, and it's got me on the front, a bit like you have Uncle Ben on his.
Of course.
Me on mine. Yes, and my cookbook is on Amazon as well, so you just look for Kirly-Sue's Kitchen, and it's on there as well. It's
lovely to have you on the show, Suzanne Kirly, vegan cook and TV presenter. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Good night.
Your travel news in the West Midlands. BBC WM 95.6.
All being well, we should have Master Nick
All is well. I'm here.